I'm happy to announce the team now. We're going with the same team that played in the last test in Dubai. That'll be the lineup for tomorrow. Barring no overnight casualties, but touch wood now. Oh, sorry, yeah. Hashim comes in for Dean. No, I told you, yeah. It was obviously a very tough choice from the selection panel, but just with Imran, he's been bowling really well. We feel that that a spinner's role is going to be limited probably here in this game, and we just felt that if an impact was needed, that someone like Imran could make that impact for us. Yeah, I think Imran understands his role. He's bowled well in the nets. I feel that our batting depth is good enough for these conditions, and hopefully, responsibility will be taken by the top 7. I feel that he could be really effective, especially against tail-enders here. If we can make impacts with a new ball, I think his role could hopefully be really effective for us. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. I mean, I think we've played enough with the Wanderers to know that probably both first innings are going to be pretty tough. I think there's a bit of moisture in that wicket. The cracks are looking pretty good also. Probably not like the whacker looked this morning, but I expect it to be probably a normal Wanderers wicket of recent times. I'm sure the new ball will have something in it and hopefully have some good pace and bounce. I think that sometimes the Wanderers, is effective for all bowlers. Not only the bounce, but there's normally a little bit of seam movement, which benefits seam bowlers if you find the right areas. And I think someone like Sreesanth bowled really well here last time, if my memory serves me correct. You got the ball in the right area, created a lot of opportunities. But I think as a team, we're probably further down the road in terms of knowing, how to compete and what we need to do. I think our challenge is to, with the type of lineup or say series that we've had so far have been quite distant. We've played 2 test matches in a long time, and another break, and now another 2. So it's important for us tomorrow that we hit the ground running. We've had yesterday in particular was a tough training session, and we want to start the series well. Well, I mean, I look at them. Hopefully, they're not going to get any runs. That's my goal and our bowler's goal. Obviously, hugely talented, very different lineup to the one that I've become accustomed to playing against. I think obviously touring other parts of the world is a big test of character, and that's certainly going to be on show for them in the next 2 test matches. I always feel at the Wanderers, if you can post decent totals, you give yourself the best chance of winning the game. I don't think it needs to be 500, 600. I think there's always enough in the wicket for the bowlers. So, if you can have a partnership somewhere that can make a good impact in the game, get you into the game, and that's crucial, I think. So, obviously, batting in South Africa is probably one of the toughest places to bat in the world, especially against the new ball. So, if we can set up good platforms and give ourselves an opportunity to post totals, then I think we give ourselves a great chance to win the test match. Not much, to be honest. To be honest with you, I haven't really thought much about it. I mean, I've played enough series and had enough battles with bowlers over the years that I don't tend to lose too much sleep. It's all about my preparation, and nothing has changed. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's another wonderful opportunity to front up to an outstanding bowler, and that's another challenge that I look forward to. Well, no different to any other series. I think for me, I had a big surgery 7.5 months ago, 8 months ago, and I've played a handful of cricket games since then. So, my goal is literally just to get back and play some cricket. That's what I've trained so hard to do. And, I think if I can get in and perform well, I mean, my last test match I got a double 100, so I'm really looking forward to getting out there again and playing some cricket. That's just what I trained hard for and what I'm looking forward to. Well, I think most of the guys have played more cricket now. I mean, which is always good. The guys have got cricket behind them. I think we've discussed in terms of areas that we let ourselves down in that first test match, and as well as we responded, and we've played some positive cricket since then. So, yeah, I mean, I think we understand that tomorrow and this first test is an important test match in a 2 test match series, and we can't afford to take a day or 2 to get into our straps. We obviously got a lot of respect for India and the quality that they can produce, and I think that hopefully will show in our performances over the next few days. I don't think there'll be anything different from the way we've played our Test cricket over the last period of time. It's been hugely successful for us. We do play the game hard. I mean, as I say, there's a big respect factor for the game and for our positions. And as number one team in the world, I'd like to see us play with some good credibility and lead the game well. But ultimately, we want to win this Test match, and that's our goal. And hopefully, we'll do that through good cricket. Yeah, certainly. I mean, I've played many games in the Wanderers, and when you're on top, the crowd certainly add to that. I mean, we know Joburg people in particular are very vocal and intense people. So, hopefully that'll come through. We can give them something to shout about. I mean, at this time of year, it's holiday time. Hopefully there's a few around still in Joburg to come and support us. But, I think the Bull Ring is a place that we always enjoy playing. And it always sets up as an exciting game. There's lots of challenges that you face even as a home team. So, we're looking forward to it. I think obviously confidence and surety in your own ability. I think there's lots of composure, and I think just growth in terms of I think the big thing is the confidence in knowing that we can win, and we can win from situations and in each other's ability. I think that is key. I think this team has won games, it's won series, and I think you're just seeing the Ashes now puts into perspective the type of performances that we've been able to put in over a lengthy period of time. And I think there's a real hunger there to carry that on. Ultimately, it's our culture, our legacy, and we need to take a care factor for that and hopefully set standards that we'll be proud of over the next period of time. No, I certainly don't feel there's any hype around the dressing room for that. I think that, as I say, we know that we've beaten Australia a few times now away from home, and there's a sense of confidence around playing them. But ultimately, what lies ahead of us is a tough Indian series, and we need to overcome this first. And then we'll look at Australia when they come here. But I mean, I think the exciting thing is that it sets up the series nicely for March. And certainly from a fan and media perspective, I'm sure there'll be a lot of banter. Yeah, I mean, obviously, AB taking an all-rounder role with the gloves since Boucher's retirement has been, offered us a huge opportunity to have a sort of an X factor in that number 7 position. I mean, if you have a potential, when we used to play against a great Australian team, Gilchrist averaged near 50. And if you have potentially a guy at number 7 that could average 45 and 50, that's huge. I remember, you get through the top 5 and suddenly Gilchrist walks in and you're like, jeez, So I think that for us, and I think if we look over the tough series that we've played, that number 7 role has won us Test matches, or won us Test match series. Somewhere in the series they've played crucial roles. So I certainly think. I think also, in time when Jacques decides to call it a day, it offers us an opportunity to look at that role and see how we can use it best to benefit us as a team.